Dr. Aoi. Welcome to the program Animal Speak. Today I'd like to introduce you to my two little MCs.
I'm Park Waldo. Woof woof.
And
I'm Freyja. Meow.
both will help brighten up today, and you're watching Animal Speak. Today we're going to see a special kind of animal that you, Freyja, and Park are going to be excited about. So you better prepare yourself.
Why?
Because when seeing them, people always take a
Selfie!
And putting pictures on.
Facebook.
Instagram, social cam.
Yes. And this animal can be none other than an alpaca.
Oh, an
Alpaca?
alpaca.
Have you ever seen one?
No, never.
No.
Never.
Really? How about you?
Never. No.
Are
I'm
you ready?
Let's
go. Look, they're all over the place.
Wow, alpaca. Did they
Yes.
dye their hair?
Dr. Oi,
Uh-huh.
why do you think that the camels, they kind of look like a sheep? What are they actually?
You think so?
Yes, Park is right. It looks like a sheep or a
But
a
I think they look
zebra.
like a camel mixed with a poodle.
What?
A doggy?
Let's go ask you, Bud.
Hey, let's go.
Hello, Bud.
Hi.
But today we have Park and Freyja to visit the Alpaca Farm. They're curious about everything, so I told them that it's better to ask you.
What's up, guys?
Is the alpaca a combination of a camel and a sheep or other
yeah, they
animals?
look similar. No. They look alike, but are not the same species. Alpaca
so they
is
were
the
born
alpaca
like this?
developed as its own species. Some said that their origins come from the camelid family, which evolved into the alpaca. They resemble a small llama in appearance, as you can see here.
I see.
Uh-huh. Did they have their hair dyed?
No. Their colors are natural. They produce more than 22 colors in some countries.
Wow.
It's a combination of white color with a dark red shade up to a black shade.
Don't they remind us of poodles? With all that fluffy furry.
That one.
And all of them have their unique colors too.
White and brown.
Their head fleas look like a lion's mane. We have their fleas trimmed. Since their origins are in cold climates of South America, their fleas is naturally long. It can be over a ruler scale long.
A ruler length. Wow, that's long.
Yes. But we have to make it short living in hot climates of Thailand.
Wow.
So a ruler scale long is about this width, and that's just way too long. So we have to just cut it and then make it, so they can live. Because it's a little bit too hot
Because
here.
it's hot.
But how many breeds of alpaca do you have here?
We have two breeds of alpaca here. This breed, whose fleas look soft and fluffy, it's called the Huacaya alpaca.
This one? Oh, very soft.
Danny.
It's so soft. His
so
name is Danny.
soft.
Hello, Danny.
He loves being on camera. So that was the Huacaya alpaca. Another breed is called the Suri alpaca, which has longer fleas that grow downwards in curled locks. And its fleas can be about 1 meter long. But after breeding it, we find it's not suitable for Thailand's climate. Its fleas become matted.
It doesn't suit the hot weather in Thailand.
No, it does not. It looks untidy
Their
and
fleece
it doesn't
becomes
look good.
sticky.
Exactly. And it also causes poor health as well.
So this Huacaya is more suitable for our climate than the other one. Give us a reason why you started raising alpacas.
I wanted to introduce them to our home where we didn't find them at all. So I intended to bring them here for further breeding.
And how long did it need to study them before bringing them into Thailand?
We first sent our staff abroad to observe and to prepare for the import license.
Yes, because it's a foreign animal, there must have been a lot of steps to take to legally import them into our country. How long?
It took around 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
And you've brought them in here for, 3 years already?
Yep.
So, Freya, you have any questions?
Bert, I want to know, how did you bring them here? Was it by boat or by post?
By cargo aircraft, actually.
An airplane?
Yeah. But a really big one, really much larger one. They are put into large cages and moved over here.
Wow.
Oh, they were in the cages and they shipped them over here with the airplane. I don't think the postman can handle it. I mean, it's gonna be really, really heavy.
No animals can be sent by post.
Oh.
So how long did it take for you to bring them here?
It didn't take too long because they traveled by air. But there was much preparation, whether it was about living quarters, a know-how, nutrition, before bringing them here, which was a considerable amount of time that was necessary for the preparation. Are they used to carry things around like, camels? Well, abroad, for example in Peru, alpaca fiber is sold similar to wool. It can be classified into many different grades depending on its fineness. And the pricing also depends on its fineness, and it can go up to 14 microns.
14 microns. Wow, that's very fine.
Yes, from 14 up to more than 20 microns. Compared to other animals, sheep for example, well, it goes up to 30 microns. It is much cheaper. So, and another higher grade would be the mink, or maybe a rabbit. It is much finer and even thinner than the hair of a human. So it's quite expensive. In ancient times, the Incan Empire also raised alpacas. Their fine fleece was reserved for the Incan loyalty and priests and people from the higher class. It was believed that wearing their fleece would bring luck to the wearer.
Its fleece are warm, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, its fleece is very fine and highly priced. You cannot harvest them every day. It takes time for it to grow. So it's rare and precious, and it suits high-class people.
High society.
So it must be very expensive, right?
Yes.
Wow.
The common people couldn't wear it in ancient times.
Alpacas take a bath.
They often roll themselves in sand pits, just like the chinchilla.
Oh, it stinks.
Is that clean? They just dust off their fleas. Let's touch it. It's kind of fine and easy to clean.
Wow.
So you're saying instead of water, they're using dust to clean themselves?
Exactly. As you can see here, their fleas inside. If you can just look in here. Here. Just when you touch the fleas, they're really soft.
Ooh.
So
very soft.
Especially on the inside. If you just separate the two the fleas
more?
apart. Yes, just look inside. This is what their fleas actually feel like if it was clean.
So warm.
Freya, Park? Bud isn't here alone. Now, we've got a friend.
Who is it?
It's Dr. Thumb.
Who is it?
Yes, he will explain to us
Dr.
about
Thumb.
the animal's healthcare concerns and anatomy to give us a better understanding.
Okay.
Ready to meet him?
Yes, I'm ready.
Welcome, Dr. Thumb.
Dr. Thumb.
Are you Dr. Thumb?
What?
No. Hello, Dr. Thumb.
Hi.
This is Freya.
Hi.
And this is Park.
Hi.
Hello.
And this is Kunbud. Dr. Thumb is a professor of wild animals at Mahidol University. He teaches about wildlife, which has 3 compartments of stomach and can be compared to ruminants. How does a 3-compartment differ from 4-compartment stomach? Well, obviously the quantity is different. Oh, that's obvious. The 4-compartment stomach includes goat, sheep, cow, and buffalo, while the 3-compartment stomach includes camel, which may all have a common ancestor. First are those with complete 4-compartment stomachs, where others are those with 3-compartment stomachs. When an animal ingests vegetation, it uses microbial action to digest by using special enzymes in the stomach to break down the food particles. and then to gradually absorb the nutrients into the body. It is very different from a single stomach, including human stomachs. A single stomach of a human being can directly digest and absorb at the same time. How do alpacas breed here, naturally or artificial insemination or any other way?
We only let them breed naturally.
How long does the pregnancy last?
The pregnancy lasts about 340 days.
Wow, a whole year.
Yes, about a year. They usually result in single offspring and no twins.
And the age of an alpaca that is mature and ready for mating is when?
A little more than 24 months old.
Wow, so that's over 2 years.
Yeah, they naturally do. Some of them mature earlier than this, about 9 months old.
Dr. Tom, so from a vet's point of view, what do you suggest is the appropriate age to get pregnant? When is it appropriate for them to get pregnant? What is your suggestion? Alpacas usually become mature and ready for breeding at a very early age. But if the mating is too soon, there can be a lot of problems. It will cause problems during delivery, and the premature mother will not be able to feed or care well for the offspring. So we sometimes have to isolate them from each other just a little longer until they are fully ready. So they can be pregnant at an early age, but they cannot feed their offspring well, so the offspring will inevitably die. How much does a mature animal weigh? 80 to 90 kilos?
Average about 80 to 90 kilos. Some of them are 100 kilos even.
Wow. This is the weight when they're above 3 years old, right?
Yes, just like humans, some of them grow rapidly, but some don't. But the average weight is about 80 to 90 kilos. About 2 years old, some of them can even weigh up to 106 to 170 kilos.
Is alpaca saliva dangerous?
It's like
for
other
humans?
animal saliva. It's not poisonous, but may contain some bacteria.
Ew, stink.
But after getting into contact with their saliva, it will be sufficient already to wash your hands.
And how about the fibers? Are they dangerous to humans? No. Do they, if you inhale it maybe, or...
Alpaca fiber cannot directly get into human lungs. It is nearly impossible that hair could pass through the nostrils into the lungs. But it contains some dust, and that would, cause some allergic reactions. Those are just small protein particles, which are very, very fine, just like dust.
Are alpacas like human beings? Do they have diseases just like humans?
They have different diseases, but mainly surrounding lung disease and pneumonia. They are used to living in a cold climate. Some of them may have difficulties adjusting themselves to our climate. They could get sick during the adaptation period.
Like humans.
Absolutely. Some people may also get pneumonia too. And how is their health condition here? Are any of them feeling sick?
The first batch we got suffered from respiratory disorder. Just like Dr. Tom said, they are used to living in a dry and cold climate. It can cause respiratory problems moving to a tropical wet country like our country in Thailand.
Yes, like our country. It's a lot hotter.
Yes, exactly.
And humid.
Yeah.
Are there any diseases they can get? They can also get fungus infections, since our country is more humid, which promotes environments for fungus growth. Our alpacas are from colder climates where fungus is rare. They have no immunity to fungal infections, but are able to adapt themselves to the climate here very, very easily, so it's not very much of a problem with fungus growth here. So it takes a little time to adapt. Yes, that is correct. They can hardly get sick when they become much older. But it also depends entirely on the owner's maintenance, such as keeping their stables clean and dry. That's their common diseases. And are there any other diseases they can get?
Climate change is a prime factor, which causes illnesses for the animals.
Heat stroke.
Yeah, exactly. The imported animals often suffer from a high temperature in Thailand. They can suffer often from heat strokes, especially in the summer. The temperature can reach up to 30 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
They're not accustomed to this climate. They have to cut their fleas off so their appearance is different from what we've seen in pictures.
We cannot handle that temperature either. Yes, the animals can suffer from heat stroke. Do you know heat stroke?
No.
Heat stroke is a condition caused by your body overheating, and the body can't cool itself. It increases the blood pressure, and the cells in the body, especially in the brain, begin to get destroyed. As a vet, how can you tell which ones are healthy? We can observe by their face and eye expressions. What about this one? His eyes look clear. Yes, that is right. And observe their breathing too. We can see that while some of them are chewing something while they are sitting down, it seems to be like they're spitting up something.
Yeah, I saw that one did it over
swallowed
there.
already, and they're chewing it again. That is right. You can see that they're not picking anything up, but they seem to have something to chew all the time. Do you have any advice to give people with allergies when playing with animals such as goat, sheep, alpaca, and other animals with fluffy hair? And for those in particular with existing allergies? Firstly, they shouldn't be with animals at all if they have an allergy. But if they want to get close to an animal, then they should wear a mask. Have there been any cases of allergic reactions with alpacas from playing with the alpacas right here?
Actually, we have staff ask for customers' information at the entrance. If anyone seems to be sick, we will give them a mask before visiting inside. And we will give them special care. So we would follow them around and just keep an eye on them, make sure nothing is happening to them.
Kunbert, I see a constant flow of people coming in. How many visitors come to the farm per day?
Well, we raise them in an open farm. Alpaca can be roaming around everywhere with people all around them, as you can see here. So we have to limit the number of visitors.
Dr. Thom, have zoos in China adopted the idea of limiting the number of visitors? In the past, limiting the number of visitors wasn't popular in terms of marketing, especially during the weekends and holidays when visitors flock in by the thousands. When on weekdays we can get 200 or 300 people. Well, too many people can cause animals to have stress when facing a lot of people, so limiting people is quite a good idea. It's good for the animals. And the animals' well-being must be considered before anything else. This is, after all, their home. I heard that there are other kinds of animals here. Is that true?
Wow, I want to see them.
Okay, let's go see them.
Yay!
There are other lovely animals here besides the alpacas. They include the giant sulcata tortoise, the third largest of the tortoise species of the world, or the wallaby, which we need to approach with caution because if we scare it, it can run into a tree and kill itself. And this is a prairie dog, the cutest rabbit-sized rodent. But be careful, it bites. Look at that ferret. Seems like the only thing he's interested in is sleeping. Freyja, Park, did you enjoy yourselves today?
Yes!
Well, what did you learn from seeing all these animals today, Park?
Well, today I have learned a lot about alpacas. They are common ancestors of the camel, aren't they? They live in South America. Their fleece is so soft. And I also saw various animals such as a tortoise, the world's third largest tortoise, and a wallaby, which is my favorite one. My favorite one.
What about you, Freyja?
Well, me, just like Park, I learned a lot about alpacas, the camel-like animal. And their fleece is so soft and warm.
And you like it, don't you?
Yeah, I like the soft and warm. My favorite animal, let me think. It's the prairie dog.
The prairie dog?
Yes.
What was a prairie dog?
Oh, it's so cute.
On our behalf, I'd like to thank Kunbert and Dr. Thom for today.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
Thank you for showing the Alpaca Hill. By the way, Kunbert, would you like to say something to our audience?
Yes. Whoever is thinking about raising alpacas at home, I just want you guys to know that you have to be very well prepared owning them. As you could see today, you had to do a lot.
Yes, caring for an animal doesn't just take 4 to 5 years. Sometimes it's a relationship that takes 15 years. Dr. Tom, do you have anything to tell the audience? Yes, there is very much that I would like to stress. Children, you should be reminded to care about the animal's hygiene and to keep clean after touching the animals. Washing your hands can prevent the spread of many dangerous germs and prevents you from getting sick. So be very, very careful with your hygiene. Wash up every time you touch them. Another thing which impresses me very much is that this place prioritizes the animal's well-being above just making profits. Well, too bad we're out of time today. Let's meet up for our program and discover new animals next week.
Yep.
And we can also find out who's going to be on the journey with me. Well, that's it for today. Goodbye, everyone. Explore the world
Of animals
with Animal Speak.